I got a question from a reader who wanted to know the difference between Ken Burns and Keyframes. This photograph is 1865. It's how people traveled in Switzerland. And I really like it because it's an incredibly well-staged photograph, as you'll see in a minute. But I don't want to just show the photograph. I want to show the detail available inside the photograph. So when I scanned it as a 12 megapixel TIFF, 4,000 pixels across, 3,000 pixels high. So now I'm going to use Ken Burns to animate this. Select the clip, go to crop and set crop to Ken Burns, or click here on the crop tool and click on Ken Burns. And I want to say my starting position. Well, there's a setting that you need to get that you can't ignore or it doesn't work. In spatial conform, change it from the default of fill to fit. This shows the entire image. If you don't do this, Ken Burns is going to break. The other thing that I do is I set this to be smaller so I can easily grab all the edges. If you set this to fit the frame, grabbing those edge corners gets really hard. So I'm going to grab this, grab a green, this is where it starts. I want my shot to start, and I can fine tune this. I'm going to just do it rough. I want to start on the castle right up there. And then I want it to end on the stagecoach. Right about there. Cool. When you got it positioned, we'll make it smaller and lose the guy on the right side. When you've got it set, click this button. If you want to change the start and end position, click here. They flip around. If you want to preview it, click here. Let's preview it. My picture's somewhat crooked. Let me just fix that. Let me dial in a rotation. Okay, better. Preview. Now, the good news about Ken Burns is it's easy to do. It works great, provided you set spatial conform to fit. Otherwise, you're going to get very weird results. But it requires the entire duration of the clip, and it only makes one move. So if I wanted it to start on a freeze frame, then move, then hold on a freeze frame so I can dissolve off it, I can't do that with Ken Burns. If I want to have it go in more than one location or change direction in the middle, I can't do that with Ken Burns. I can with Keyframes. Let me show you how. So first I'm going to go back and reset this parameter by clicking on the downward pointing chevron. Then I'm going to put my playhead where I want this to start, right about there. I'm going to set keyframes for position and scale. Then the other thing that you have to do is you have to change spatial conform. Spatial conform must be set to none. I'll turn on transform by clicking down here, and that gives me my on-screen controls. Grab, I don't need crop, we'll just hide that. We'll work with the scale. Let's scale in. And the nice thing I like about this is I can now see this at full magnification. There we go. Notice that not only do we have two guys sitting on a bench, I've got a guy standing in the window that I bet you never noticed before. Let's just pull this down a bit, get rid of our guy on the bottom right. Okay, there's our starting position. Then I want to move forward to right about here and move to my ending position. As soon as I move something, it automatically creates keyframes, so I don't have to worry about setting keyframes after the first. I'll drag my scale back and change the position so I get exactly the look that I want right there. And then I'm going to have it hold still for a bit, and I'll set keyframes because I want to have it hold still. Then I'll move to where it ends, right about here, and let's zoom out some more and see the whole glorious picture, which is right there. I'm changing direction, I'm changing size. I can't do any of that with Ken Burns. Oh, that's awful fast. What just happened? Would be nice if I could see my keyframes. Well, you can if you type Control-V. This opens up the video animation window. That part looks good. That part looks awful. Let's click here. Oh, that's why Scale X was not lit. All right, let's just delete those keyframes. And let's try that again. So we're going to go here. And we'll delete this keyframe. And we'll delete this keyframe. I'm right mouse clicking on it. I want to have this keyframe go here. And we'll set keyframes for position and scale. Then we want to have it zoom out to the wide shot. And we'll zoom out right there. Pull it over to here. Make sure we see everybody. Except I want this to slow down, so I'm going to drag this over so it goes slower. I want it to hold a little bit longer, and I don't need so much. Notice I'm able to change keyframes by dragging. Does that make your heart beat faster or what? And then play this. Moves out much better, much more reasonable. We see the stagecoach, admire that, and we take a look at the incredible grandeur of Switzerland in the 1860s. Yes! So, Ken Burns is easy, works great. I like it a lot for something simple, but when you need something that's more complex with more control, keyframes are what you need. This was an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar looking at power tools inside Apple Final Cut Pro. For the complete version of this online training, please visit our store at larryjordan.com/store and look for Webinar 385. By the way, when you need to stretch your training dollars, membership in our video training library saves you money and time. You can access all our videos for a low monthly price of only $19.99. That's almost 2,000 movies, hundreds of hours on a wide variety of subjects. Plus, premium members can download practice media and projects. Our training covers a wide variety of software, and we update it multiple times each month. For more information, visit larryjordan.com/membership. And thanks.